Welcome to Learning Equinox. Today, our Finance Minister Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman announced the Union Budget 2021-22. Overall, the budget aims at a creation of facilities for healthcare, infrastructure, and encouraging startups. Thus, overall, these capex moves in the budget will enhance the creation of value chain in the economy, thereby generating jobs and opportunities for growth. This definitely has been witnessed by a sharp increase in the Sensex today morning with over 1966 points to 13850 and above. Mrs. Sitharaman in her speech mentions that this budget rests on 6 pillars: health and well-being, physical and financial capital infrastructure, inclusive development of aspirational India, reinvigorating human capital, innovation and research and development, and minimum government and maximum governance. Let us look at each one of them one by one. Firstly, health and well-being. The spendings are going to be increased in this budget. The new scheme with an outlay of Rs 64,000 crores to be spread over 6 years. The above is in addition to the National Health Mission. It is going to support the rural and urban healthcare centers. The Finance Minister also announced the Jal Jeevan Mission with an outlay of 2.87 lakh crores aiming to provide full-fledged water supply to all urban local bodies with a household tap connections. The FM proposed Rs 1.41 lakh crores over a period of 5 years for the Urban Swachh Bharat 2.0. An amount of 1.47 lakh crores over a period of 5 years period from 2021 has been assigned for initiatives such as wastewater treatment, reduction in plastic waste, reduction in pollution and the like. The scrapping policy has been announced in the budget 2021. The voluntary vehicle scrapping policy aims to remove inefficient vehicles so as to reduce the vehicle pollution and oil import bills. The Finance Minister also proposes an amount of Rs 35,000 crores to manufacture and make accessible the COVID-19 vaccine. Coming to the second pillar on physical, financial capital and infrastructure. The Finance Minister proposes an amount of 1.97 lakh crores over 5 years starting this financial year to nurture global manufacturing champions and increase jobs for the youth. The Finance Minister also proposes a mega investment textile park to be launched along with 7 more textile parks to be established over the next 3 years. It is proposed to set up a development financial institution with an amount of Rs 5 lakh crores. The budget 2021 will also focus on the NHAI operational toll roads, airports in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, and sports stadiums. The capital expenditure for the year 2021-22 will be 5.54 lakh crore with a 34.5% year-on-year growth rate. Our Finance Minister announced that more than Rs 2 lakh crores will be allocated for capital expenditure in the states and other autonomous bodies. The Finance Minister also announced that till date a measure of 3,800 kilometers highway stretch has already been constructed and an additional kilometer will be constructed under the Bharat Mela project. It is proposed that the national highway budget will be for the following states: Tamil Nadu 3,500 kilometers at a budget of Rs 1.03 lakh crores, Kerala 1,100 kilometers at 65,000 crore rupees, West Bengal 675 kilometers at 25,000 crore rupees. Also, the national highway project of around 19,000 crores is in progress in Assam. Overall, the Finance Minister proposes for a total of 1,18,101 lakh crore for the Ministry of Road and Transport and Highways. An infra-national rail plan to prepare a future rail system in India by 2030 has been proposed to bring down the logistic costs. The next few phases of the metro project will be taken up in the metro cities and also will be in line with the Metro Light and Metro New concepts for Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. The Ujjwala scheme will be extended to over 1 crore more beneficiaries and will add 100 more districts to city gas distribution network. The budget also proposes to focus on various allied laws of security markets to be merged with the Security Market Code. The Finance Minister also announced that SEBI will be the notified to regulate the setting up and arrangement of commodity market system. Rupees 1000 crores will be granted to Solar Energy Corporation of India for the growth of solar energy sector. The Insurance Act will be amended to introduce the additional FDI to insurance companies from the existing 49% to 74%. The new asset reconstruction company will be set up. This company is proposed to provide resolution to stressed assets in the PSU sector. The budget proposes to amend the DICGC Act of 1961 to streamline its provisions where the depositors of the bank can get easy access to deposits through insurance in case of a stressed bank. The Finance Minister also announced the decriminalization of the Companies Act is complete and now the decriminalization of the LLP Act will be in force. The definition of small companies has also undergone change. Companies with paid-up capital not exceeding 2 crore and a turnover not exceeding 20 crores will be considered as small companies now. Around 2 lakh plus companies will benefit from this provision. For startup and innovators, the Finance Minister has announced that the OPC, that is one-person company, can be incorporated without a limit for turnover or paid-up capital. This will also allow NRIs to incorporate OPCs in India. There is a special framework in the budget for the MSMEs. The MCA 21 version 3.0 will be introduced with an additional module for e-scrutiny and e-adjudication. The budget also says that the IPO for LIC will be carried out this year in the financial year 21-22. There is also going to be a disinvestment strategy for 2 PSUs and 1 insurance company will be considered. The 15th Finance Commission recommendation is to rationalize and reduce centrally sponsored schemes. Now, that's a lot on infrastructure which will help in building value chain creation. Means since the capex expenditures are going to be high, there will be jobs for many. There will be overall development in the country. And we do see a lot of value chain and, the chain of work that is going to be generated in our economy. Let's move on to the next, that is inclusive development for aspirational India. That's the next pillar. Here she focuses upon agriculture, fisheries and the migrant workers and the laborers. Also she talks about financial inclusion in this segment. In agricultural sector, the MSP regime has undergone a change to provide 1.5 times the product cost across all commodities. The total amount paid for wheat farmers was doubled in 2019-20 when compared to 2013-14. To provide adequate credit to our farmers, the Finance Minister has enhanced the agricultural credit to Rs 16.5 lakh in FY22. The focus will be on ensuring increased credit flows to animal husbandry, dairy and fishery. The budget has also enhanced the allocation to the Rural Infrastructure Development Fund from Rs 30,000 crores to 40,000 crores. It has also doubled the Micro Irrigation Fund by another 5,000 crore. Now coming to fisheries. It is proposed a substantial investment in development of modern fishing harbours and fishing land centres. To start with, 5 major fishing harbours in Kochi, Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Paradeep and Petughat will be developed as hubs of economic activity for fisheries. The government will also develop inland fishing harbours and fish landing centres along with the banks of rivers and waterways. To promote seaweed cultivation, the Finance Minister proposes a multi-purpose seaweed park to be established in Tamil Nadu. The next is about migrant workers and laborers. So the concept of One Nation, One Ration Card plan, which has been under implementation by 32 states and union territories, reaching to about 69 crore beneficiaries. That has total of 86% beneficiaries covered. The remaining 4 states and union territories will be integrated in the next few months. The Finance Minister also proposes to launch a portal that will collect relevant information on gig, building and construction workers, amongst others. This will help formulate health, housing, skill, insurance, credit and food schemes for migrant workers. About financial inclusion, she talks and says that it is going to further the credit facility under the scheme of Stand Up India for SC and STs and women. The Finance Minister proposes to reduce the margin money required from 25% to 15% and also include loans for activities which are allied to agriculture. In this budget, the Finance Minister has provided rupees 15,700 crores to this sector, which is more than double than the budget expenditure of last year. Now we move on to the next pillar, which is about reinvigorating human capital. This basically focuses on the education system. We've already seen the new education policy, and here our finance minister talks that more than 15,000 schools will be qualitatively strengthened to include all components of the national education policy. They shall emerge as exemplar schools in these regions, hand-holding and mentoring the other schools to achieve the idea of this policy. 100 new scenic schools will be set up in partnership with NGOs and private schools and states. The Higher Education Commission of India, which is being set up, will be now having a legislature. So this legislation will be implemented this year. It will be an umbrella body under 4 separate vehicles of standard setting, accreditation, regulation and funding. For accessible higher education in Ladakh, the Finance Minister has proposed to set up the Central University in Leh. Now for tribal regions, the Finance Minister has proposed an increase in unit cost for 750 Eklavya models residential schools from rupees 20 crores to rupees 38 crores and for hilly and difficult areas to rupees 48 crores. So this will help creating a robust infrastructure facilities for our tribal students. Revamping the post-metric scholarship scheme for the welfare of scheduled castes, the Finance Minister has announced the allotment of 35,219 crores for 6 years till 2025-26 to benefit 4 crores SC students. So all of this will bring a lot of education policy implementation across the country and across different segments and sectors of our economy. Moving on to the next pillar, which talks about innovation and research and development. We've seen in the recent past there has been a great increase in digital payments, and to give a further boost to digital transactions, the Finance Minister earmarks rupees 1,500 crores for a proposed scheme that will provide financial incentive to promote digital modes of payment. The National Language Translation Mission, which is a new initiative, will enable the wealth of governance and policy-related knowledge on the internet being made available in major Indian languages. The New Space India Limited, NSIL, a PSU under the Department of Space, will execute the PSLV CS-51 launch, carrying the Amazonia satellite from Brazil along with a few smaller Indian satellites. To better understand this realm, the government will launch a deep ocean mission with a budget outlay of more than 4,000 crores over 5 years. This mission will cover deep ocean survey, exploration and projects for the conservation of deep sea biodiversity. As a part of the Gaganyaan mission activities, 4 Indian astronauts are being trained on generic space flight aspects in Russia. The first unmanned launch is slated for December 2021. Now moving on to the next pillar, almost the last pillar, on minimum government and maximum governance. This talks about bringing about transparency in the way we do business. So, to bring about transparency and efficiency and governance, reforms are being taken place in the nursing profession. The National Nursing and Midwifery Commission Bill will be introduced for this. To have ease of doing business for those who deal with government or CPSC and carry out contracts, the Finance Minister has proposed to set up a conciliation mechanism and mandated it to use for quick resolution for contractual disputes. This will instill confidence in the private sector investors and contractors. The forthcoming census could be the first digital census in the history of India. For this monumental and milestone marking task, the Finance Minister has allocated Rs 3,768 crores in the year 21-22. The budget also provides Rs 1,000 crores for the welfare of tea workers, especially women and their children in Assam and West Bengal. A special scheme will be devised for the same. A budget is not complete without the tax amendments, so we move on to the last bit, that is about the taxation. First and foremost, there is a relief given to senior citizens, which means that senior citizens above 75 years having only pension and interest income are exempt from return filing. When we talk about reassessments, the budget proposes to amend Section 148 of the Income Tax Act, where the time limit for reassessment has been reduced to 3 years from a period of 6 years. The proposal addresses serious tax evasions where evasion evidenced is Rs 50 lakh or more can be reopened within 10 years. Dispute Resolution Committee. Anyone with a total income less than 50 lakhs and a dispute income less than 10 lakhs can approach this committee for a faceless assessment. Now, we've already seen faceless assessments on. The next step is faceless ITAT center, that is Income Tax Appellate Tribunals. Faceless Income Tax Appellate Tribunals centers will be set where personnel hearing will be conducted through video conferencing. The next is about tax audit. So there will be no tax audit for companies having a turnover up to Rs 10 crores. Again, when it is in the digital mode, the last budget increased it to be 5 crores where the transactions were 95% on digital mode. Now this 5 crores has been increased to 10 crores for the limit of tax audit. Advanced tax liability on dividend will arise only after declaration of dividend. Affordable housing of 1.5 lakh deduction will now even be available for a loan taken right up to 31st March 2022. So this affordable housing scheme has been extended till 31st March 2022. The budget has also extended the incentive provided under 80IBA for affordable housing scheme, which is again extended up to 31st March 2022. The tax incentive for affordable renting housing projects is also extended till 2022. Pre-filled income tax return will have pre-filled data regarding dividend, post office interest income, salary, etc. So now you do not fill in, those data will automatically be fetched in. Educational trusts and hospitals, the limit has been increased from 1 crore to 5 crore under 1023C. Late deposit of employee contribution to PF will now not be allowed as a deduction. These were a few key highlights of the budget, and I do see a larger growth in the economy. There is lots to be implemented and a lot of job opportunities that can be created in our economy. So that's all for our video today. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.